Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Abrams, U.S. Global Command 5.4. Alright, we're done with escalation and all that stuff, so here's tech. PGM, AMD, Advanced Logistics, Caterpillar Drive. Nothing. Struck out across the board. Yeah. Somebody channel the spirit of J. Edgar Hoover and get things straightened out over there at the Interior Department. Okay, military aid and purchase. I laid it out there, but I forgot to get it out. This isn't either one, but I put this here. Since the Pomkus site in Lazio was captured before it could be used, the Americans get a free MBT to place in home country. Okay, so for military aid, they are sending NATO and A-10 for 6. Then they are spending 24 on a pair of MBTs and a pair of fighters, 6 on 2 frigates, and as I said, the free MBT. Okay, just a little bit of combat. The SSN here in I-10 is going, if I can get hold of it, 1, 2, 3, over here to attack the Soviet SSN in I-1. And then Southern Command is going to unleash holy hell on Cuba. So, what we're going to have here, I'll set these guys up over here and make it simpler. From this major airbase, we have 3 airborne, launching airborne assault onto Cuba. From this major airbase, we have 3 more airborne assaulting Cuba. We have 2 fighters coming in to support the attack. We have an ASF coming in to support the attack. We have an A-10 coming in to support the attack. Up here, we have 2 amphibious assault ships that are loading 2 Marines each. 1, 2. We'll do 1, 2. They also, each amphib is also carrying an attack helicopter that's going to come in and join the attack. On the fleet up here in A-24, we also have an attack bomber, a fighter, and an ASF. Those are all coming in to join the attack. The one with the shortest legs is the fighter. It's 1, 2, 3, but it'll have plenty to get out here to A-34 where the fleet's going to gather again after the attack. Okay, then the B-52 in Great Lakes. 1, 2, 2, one or the other will be fine because we do have long-range missiles, so the missile can go 1, 2 into Cuba. So he's going to come down here and shoot 2 cruise missiles in to support the attack. And the major air bases in Gulf states and southern United States are each going to shoot another cruise missile in there for a total of 4. 4 cruise missiles coming in to join the attack. And that's going to be that. Yeah, that's going to be that. All right, so let's do the submarine fight in I-1 first. Hang on a second, let's think. We got plenty of cruise missiles. The B-52 and Diego Garcia is coming over here. 1, 2, 3. Nobody can scramble to get him. He's shooting 2 cruise missiles into Mozambique in a surgical strike. Cruise missiles, here we go. 2 cruise missiles into Mozambique in a surgical strike. Now that's it. So we will do the submarines first. So the USSN fires and gets a kill with a 1. The Soviet defends, misses with a 12. So take the Soviet SSN out. Now we're going to have the 2 cruise missiles in the surgical strike, and there is a SAM in there. So the Soviets get 2 AMD shots. And they shot both missiles down with a 1 and a 3. So no joy there. Now the Cuba fight, of course, I'm bringing to the battle boards. Okay, here we are. There's how it looks. Doesn't look like the Soviets have, now of course, I didn't change the units out, but this is all Soviet. Because as soon as the U.S. said they were attacking Cuba and the Soviets signed a military pact. It doesn't look like so much on the battle boards as it did all stacked on the island. Okay, so the Soviet SPAG, of course, is shooting air defense. The SAM is also going to shoot air defense. So the U.S. has 5 cruise missiles coming in with no defending shots. There were 3 first strike hits with the cruise missiles. So there's 3 first strike hits. Now the Soviets have a SAM, that's in the wrong bowl. A SAM and a SPAG, both shooting air defense. There's 2 air defense hits. So 2 air hits by the defender. Now we've got an artillery, field artillery that is defending with chemical. There is one first strike hit there. And that's it for first strike. Okay, so the attacker scored 3 hits that the defender is taking on SAM, SPAG, and field artillery. So that comes off. The defender scored 2 air hits, which the Americans are going to take Americans are going to take on the ASFs. Take those 2 off of there. That clears that. And then 1 first strike hit that the Americans will take on one of the airborne. Okay, that clears that off. Okay, now there are 3 fighters rolling air superiority for the Americans. They got 1 hit, 1 air hit. Now you got 5 airborne. Two general hits. Now there are 4 Marines. They're boosted to 4 because of the close air support from the attack choppers. 1 hit there. Goes up to 3. A-10 at 5. Missed with a 6. Barely missed. 2 attack choppers. There is 1 land target select hit. And then an attack bomber. There is a 2nd land target select hit. Okay, now the defender. 2 ASFs for 2 hits. 2 air hits in defense. There are 3 fighters doing air superiority. There are 3 more air hits for a total of 5. Okay. Two airborne defending at 2. Misses. 3 light infantry. Misses. All right. The Americans here have 2 land target selects. They're, of course, going to select 2 light infantry. Clear that off. They have 1 air hit that the Soviets are going to take on one of the fighters. Okay, that clears that off. The defenders have 5 air hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 possible targets. Oof. This hurts the American bad. Really, really bad. Okay, they're going to have to take the A-10 for 1. It's the weakest attacker. 4 more hits. Well, it'll be 2 fighters and the 2 attack choppers. So that clears that off. And then 3 general hits by the attacker have to be scored out. So they're going to take the 2 airborne. And they're going to take the light infantry. And keep the things that'll do the most damage. So that guy goes over to the regular 6 box. All the Soviets have left is air units. 2 fighters and 2 air superiority fighters. Okay, so there are 5 airborne. There are 2 hits. Now the 4 Marines are also rolling 3 because they lost their close air support. They all missed. Then we've got a fighter at 6. There is a hit. And an attack bomber. Misses. 3 hits ain't enough to wipe them out. Okay, 2 air superiority fighters for 1 hit. 1 air hit. And then 2 fighters for 1 general hit. Actually, correction, that is a land target select. Okay, so land target select by the defender. He is going to kill one of the Marines. The air hit by the defender kills fighter. 3 general hits by the attacker. Well, they're going to take the 2 ASFs and 1 fighter. So there's 1 fighter remaining. All right, so let's see if the attack bomber can end this. No, missed with an 11. So there's 3 Marines. There is the hit that's needed. And just because 5 airborne, there is 1 overkill. So the fighter defends for 1 hit on his way out the door. Okay, so he's done, and they're going to kill another Marine. All right. Well, it was ugly. It was ugly as hell and cost the Americans beaucoup. But they have eliminated, and I don't think I need to use the blow-up box anymore. They have eliminated the Soviet base of operations in Cuba. Let's get a roundel on there. Okay, that's going to be U.S. up to from 46 to 48. Soviets down to from 39 to 37. Actually, no. I didn't give the 39 to the Soviets yet. So the Soviets were up to 41, back down to 39. That's correct. Okay. Now we're non-combat. So the B-52, we'll go back up here to Great Lakes where he came from. Let me go. Actually, there isn't any surviving air for the Americans. It all got killed. So there's no air to non-combat. The fleet, supercarrier with no planes, a cruiser, and 2 frigates. Are going to come down here to A-34 to mate back up with the amphibs so they're not stuck out here by themselves. The 2 SSN, the 2 SSBNs and the SSN are also going to move down here, keep everybody together in a SOSUS zone to try to protect those SSBNs as best they can. We are going to take this fighter on ASW and land it back on the Azores. He's, without subdetection, he's useless out there by himself. Okay. We're going to sea lift 1 next-gen MBT from Gulf States, 1, 2, and he's coming ashore through this minor port into Venezuela to join that paramilitary there. There's that. And then over here, we just have to land the B-52 back over here at Diego Garcia. And the SSBN in I-10 is going to go 1, 2 up here with the fleet in I-6. Oh, wait, no, he can't do that. He can only, oh no, he's at war now. That was pre-war, he could only move 1 space. So he's okay. And it looks like, well, now we are going to make it, since Cuba is no longer a threat, we're going to airlift this light infantry from Nicaragua in here to South Africa. And you saw there was a SPAG over there at Nicaragua that we're going to heavy airlift into South Africa. And we are going to well, we can move through Honduras because we have a defense treaty with them. So this light infantry is going to use strategic land movement to go from El Salvador to Nicaragua. We just have 1 heavy airlift, don't we? Yeah, we're still at stage 3, just 1 heavy airlift. Okay, looks like that's it for non-combat. Now we are going to place units. So the two mechs go to the minor army base here. That what gray chip gets traded out for a green. The two fighters go to the minor air base. We come over here. The two frigates are going to be built at the minor shipyard in Gulf States. The MBT will go here in Northeast United States. That's all units placed. The deliver military aid, the A-10, I didn't clean up Rhineland for name. Anyway, the A-10 is being delivered to Rhineland. That's it for that. Now we have to roll for military aid to Pacific Command. Uh-oh. Maxed out on the 12. That costs him 6. Okay, so here we are. 48 base income for the U.S. plus 8 is 56. Minus 4 for tankers is 52. They fired 4 cruise missiles, and they are currently building 3. So that's a net loss of 1. One of those off there. They are building 1 anti-ship missile, and they did not shoot any, so net gain of 1. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.